Hey guys, this is the Tech Nerd channel, and today I got yet another exciting video for you guys. Today we're gonna be looking at the PGY Tech One More Light backpack. Now this is a camera backpack that can house your camera, your laptop, some other gizmos and dood and dads. And we're gonna see how their claims hold up, what are the cons and the pros of this backpack, and we're gonna stay true to our channel and we're gonna be honest and open. And just before we start the video, a disclaimer: I bought this off my own money. PGY Tech does not know I'm making this video, so rest assured you will get an honest feedback or whatever I found out about the bag. I've been using it for the past year. I've taken it out a few times. We're gonna talk all about that. And as you can see, the bag is stuffed like a turkey. That's because I have a lot of stuff inside. We're gonna open it up. We're gonna see how much stuff this thing can hold and what has been my experience so far with this backpack. So grab some popcorns, stay tuned, and let's get started. So first, let's have a look around the backpack. So as you can see, the front is very nice, very clean. Even though these look like zippers, they are not. They just have some supports where you can attach some carabiner clips, and that's it. If we move to the side, we have this little zipper compartment, and this is a shallow zip. You can put some USB cables or whatever here like I have. We're gonna just close it up. This is another zipper that I'm gonna get to in the end. We're gonna get to the other side first. Here on the other side, you have a pocket and a loop. You can store your tripod or maybe a water bottle if you want, but I think this is more suited for a small Gorilla Pod style tripod like I have. This is the Ulanzi MT11, an excellent mobile tripod, but this video is not about that. But here you can either put a water bottle or a small tripod. Moving on to the back of the backpack, you will see, first of all, let me get these straps out of the way. This is a nice design in my opinion. It's ventilated mesh padded back, and it's rather comfortable. I wouldn't say it's the most comfortable when you're walking out and about having this thing full. Right now this thing weighs about 10 kilos or 22 pounds, and I'm gonna say that this is not the most comfortable backpack when you're wearing it. Now I've tried adjusting the shoulder straps a bunch of different ways, but I've always found that they lack that cushioning that you would want when you're hiking, when you're out, when you're doing stuff and you have this thing full. So one con right off the bat is that the padding on the One More Light is not the best. Now I don't know about the One More original. I don't know about the One More, the second generation V2. I am just talking about the light version of the bag, and this one, the padding on it gets a thumbs down for me, because when this thing is full and you're walking, you feel it. So that's that. But other than that, the mesh design allows for breathability and your back stays cool. It doesn't get sweaty, so that is nice. Moving on, we have a nice long handle which you can use to grab the backpack, or if you want, you can flip it sideways and put it on your luggage trolley. So this is a nice little luggage strap for you. And then if I turn it back up, there's another tether point. You can lift the backpack here, and also if you have it sideways, you can lift the backpack through this loop, which is pretty nice. So this was the back. And talking about the straps, these straps have a bunch of tether points. You can attach different carabiners, maybe a Bluetooth speaker, maybe keyring, maybe a small water bottle, whatever. So these are nice points. You can also have a mount for your GoPro and have your GoPro mounted in your front. So that is that. And now we're gonna flip it around. So as I said, this is the front of the backpack. You have a one zipper right here and the big main compartment zipper in the back. Both of these zippers are inverted. That means they are good for sealing the bag from the elements, and from experience I can tell you that this is a waterproof bag. I have been out with light showers and cold, and everything inside has been in perfect condition. So let's just open up the front. Nice smooth zipper, and boom, you have your first compartment. I have my Skull Candy Crusher ANC2 right here, and then if I pry here, I have a mouse and I have some random pouch. Now, one thing that I do not like about this front pouch is that the front compartment is not the same width and depth all the way. On the top, it's deeper, so there's like a pouch right about here, but then it's really tight on the sides here, which turns it into basically two compartments. There is no division, but here you have more room. In the top you have room, but in the middle, I don't know if this was a deliberate design choice or something that they found out later and didn't want to correct, but I feel they are lacking some material here. Otherwise this would have made a very nice complete compartment and you could have stored longer item. But right now, as you saw, I had my headphones here, and even if when you move they don't move down because there is no way for them to go down, and I had my mouse in the bottom compartment. So this is technically one compartment, but the way it's designed, it turns into two. It could be a good thing, but for me, I take it as a con. So this was the second con in my book for this backpack. Moving forward, we're gonna flip the bag upside down because now we're gonna get to the good part. We're gonna open the zippers and we're gonna take a look on the inside. So first, let's have a look here. So this is the laptop and an iPad slash Samsung slash whatever tab you have sleeve, and it can house up to a 16-inch laptop very comfortably, might I add. And as you can see here, I have my MSI Leopard gaming laptop. This thing weighs like a ton, but this houses it like a champ, no big deal. As you can see, it can rest, and we have another compartment behind it where you can put your tablet or whatever. Now, if you have a thinner laptop, this might be even better for you, but I can tell you with certainty that this thing can accommodate a full 16-inch gaming laptop. Now, the way you secure this is by this loop that comes around and attaches here. This is not the best design. For 220 Canadian dollars, I expect more. So there should have been a better tethering system, a more secure system, because I know over time this elastic is gonna give and ultimately it's gonna just sag and sit. Okay, you can give it a couple of loops, but that's not the way, right? You should have a backpack that can hold itself over a period of time, and I don't think this was the best way to do it. Moving on to the main compartment now. This is the juicy bit. Let's start. Let's see where we should start. Okay, let's start with the biggest compartment. So as you can see now, the purpose of me filling this up and showing you as is to tell you that how practical it is. Like, these are things that I use when I go out on a shoot. This is not fabricated. So this will give you an actual idea of how much stuff this thing can carry when it's completely full to the brim. So moving to the good bit. So this pouch contains like a MagSafe tripod, a battery transmitter for one of my mics. This is the 5-Fine. So that's pretty much it for this one. And then we have another pouch. Let's see what this one has. Okay, it has some cables, some bits and bobs. No big deal. This is actually the pouch for the Skull Candy headphones you guys saw, but I'm using it for other purposes. Now moving on, this thing. This is the Tellison Power Grip, and that is like an extendable selfie stick, and you can also attach any quarter 20 tripod head to it, and you have a stable surface to put your camera on. Now what I usually do is I take my Sony ZV-1 and I mount it on here, and this acts as my second camera for my videos, and you can use this USB cable to keep it charged. Now mind you, this is a USB-C cable, and this camera for whatever reason takes micro USB, so I do have to use an adapter. But if you're using a camera that is modern and uses USB-C for charging, you are good to go. Moving on, we have another tripod attached to the magnetic connector for the DJI Osmo Action 5. I do not have the Osmo Action 5 at the moment, but this is the connector and the tripod that I use with it. So we're going to take that out. Then we have yet another pouch. Let's see what we have inside. Okay, this one has some GoPro, some DJI connectors, some accessories for the action cameras that I will show you in a bit. So that is that. And then we have this pouch, and as you can see, this is the Hollyland mic system. I am using one of the mics to actually record this video, but the rest of the kit rests inside of this, and that stays here. Now moving on to the last pouch in this compartment, we have, oh, this is actually pretty interesting, and I'm gonna get back to it in just a bit. So we're gonna keep it to one side. All right, now you have this compartment. Now this is one of the nice features of the bag. It comes with these compartment walls that you can set up in whatever way you want. Of course, there's only a few practical ways you can set it up, but this is how the divider looks like. You can turn it into different shapes and attach it whatever way you feel like. This is how I have it set up. Maybe you'll have something different. Then you have one of these straps to hold stuff down, and here rests my Feotech. Actually, this is the Hoham DSLR gimbal, and it actually can do cell phones, it can also do action cameras, it can do DSLRs up to a full frame camera. So this is actually pretty nice, and this one rests right here. So as you can see, this big compartment can hold a lot of stuff. Now moving on to the next compartment. This one, we have the Ulanzi light. Now this is a handy little light with 3 cold shoe mounting options, actually 4 when you count this one, and you can mount it on top of your camera, or if you have a separate tripod or whatever, and then you have a second, like a small light source. Now over time this one has lost its battery power, battery health, and it doesn't last, so I have to keep it plugged in if I want to use it, but still a decent light. Would not recommend. The battery doesn't last long. So we're gonna move it to the side. And what is in this little pouch? Let's see. Okay, so okay, this is one of the mounts for one of the DJI cameras, and we also have some other DJI, or rather GoPro accessories. So we're gonna move that to the side, and underneath that we have my trusty Anker power bank. Now this is 10,000 mAh. It is pretty old. It is one of their original IQ adapters with the blue USBs and a micro USB for charging, but this has been working for me for the past 10 years. So that tells you something about the brand and about their products. Now this is a 10-year-old product, still works good, still can charge the iPhone maybe more than once. So pretty good product for the price. Then finally, we have a kit for, actually this is the box for the kit. I've actually used these, what do you call them, these cold shoes on different accessories already, which I will show you, but the box is just here for now. Now that was that. Moving on. You know what, I'm actually gonna go like this. So we come here, another pouch. What could this hide? Oh, okay, we have the Insta360 Go 3 action camera. Now this is a pretty neat little camera. It gives you like a bunch of creative angles, and you can try a lot of different angles that are not simply possible with a regular camera. The only downside with this model is that it only records at 2.7K. It's not the best video quality, low light performance, stabilization and whatnot, but for for the price and for the creativity it offers, it's actually a nice secondary camera to have in your arsenal. So we're gonna put this back and put this on the side, and underneath the Insta360 we have another pouch that has the accessories for the Insta360 and some connectors for the mics. So that is that. We're gonna keep it moving. So this compartment is clear. Now this is a good accessory, and I have a video on my channel which you can watch here. This is the Tellison protective case for the DJI Action 5. Now, as I said, I do not currently have the DJI Action 5, but I do have the protector and the rest of the accessories. But this is a pretty nice protector, so we're gonna keep it over here. And underneath that, you'll see I have one and a two. So these are two battery chargers, both for the same Sony battery, FC100 battery that goes in my DSLR, which we will have a look in a second. But these are those battery chargers, which I'm gonna put right here. And then finally, in this compartment, I have my old friend, the GoPro Hero 8 Black Edition. This was my first action camera. This has been with me through many trips. As you can see, it's pretty banged up. I don't even know if it turns on, the battery condition, but I just keep it because it's such a long friend of mine, and like such a good companion. And yeah, the lens is scratched. I don't use it anymore, but I keep it right here to remind me that where I come from. So moving to the next compartment. Now this compartment houses little bits and bobs. Now all these three things are part of the Hoham gimbal that goes on the, on which the DSLR goes on. So these help me connect the DSLR and some other cameras to this to the Hoham gimbal. Now one thing, we have some extra mounting plates for the DSLR. So this is just all mounting accessories in this little compartment. We already took a look at the ZV-1 that was here, and now finally the pièce de résistance, the compartment that the whole bag is made for, the camera compartment. And on top of the camera, I have my 2 terabyte Transcend portable hard drive, which is pretty good because if you have your laptop, you have this, you have your SD card, you're comfortable, you're good to go. Even if you have to transfer some footage, make room in the camera, do some editing or anything on the go, you should have a portable hard drive. And finally, when I remove this compartment, so this provides an extra shelf, which I like. We're gonna move it out of the way and remove this tether out of the way. And finally, we can have a look at the Sony a6700, and I have the newer cage on top of it. Actually, it's the small rig cage and the newer cold shoe that I just showed you in the other compartment. And I have the Sigma 18 to 50 f2.8. Very good lens and very good camera. The only problem I have with this camera is that it overheats when you record in 4K. But I did come across an accessory that solved that problem for me once and for all, and now I'm really happy with this camera. Now you can find out what that accessory is in the video right here, but for those of you watching the video, I'm gonna show you right now. So this is the Ulanzi CU01 cooler. Now this one uses a Peltier element. This goes on just like this on the camera, and you can attach the battery right here on top of this. Actually goes like that, and this provides excellent cooling to this camera. Now then again, you can watch the detailed review over there, but this single accessory has made this camera from a nightmare to use outside to a breeze and a dream to use outside. Now I love shooting with this camera because my battery runs out first and it doesn't overheat. In the past, it used to overheat after 10 minutes, and then I had to wait 15 minutes for it to cool down. So this accessory, solves that problem. Excellent product by Ulanzi. So we're gonna move this aside, and we're gonna put the camera aside. And now finally, behind the camera, there's a little secret compartment. And if I open it up, you will see that it has spaces for 3 camera batteries. This is excellent. And what makes it even better is that they have a little system going on. So right now you can see I have the slider on the green position, which means all 3 batteries are charged. Let's say I take out this battery, I use it, and then I come back and now it's drained. I'm gonna put it back here just like that, and then I'm gonna switch over to the right and now it's red. I'm gonna take this battery out and I'm gonna put it in the camera, and when I come back, now I know for a fact that this is a used battery. This that I have in my hand is also used, and the only good battery is this one. So I think it's a very nice system for you to color code your batteries, just so you don't get confused and you save time. And this, I think, is an excellent idea by Ulanzi. I'm not saying they are the ones who invented it, but it's a pretty decent implementation. And one thing that I didn't show you in the beginning, if you have your backpack like this, and let's say you see a cool bird or you're catching a sunrise and you don't want to take off your backpack, open it up all the way, go through all the stuff and take out your camera, this zipper saves you from doing any of that. You can just open it up and it directly gives you access to the camera compartment. So let's say you have your camera right here and this is zipped up. You see something cool, you see a bird, you see a sunrise, you see a sunset, you see something amazing, you just want to capture it, you open it up, you grab your camera, you take it out, you take your shot, you put it back, and you zip it up. How excellent is that? So I think this is a great addition to the bag, and it gives the bag a lot more purpose than it already has. So guys, as you can see, this bag can hold a lot of stuff now. To be precise, this was 10 kilo worth of technology, so to say, but the whole table is right now filled with stuff. And this is what I like about this backpack. It's compact, it's waterproof, it has a good design, it is practical, carries a lot of stuff. So these are the excellent points about the bag. The downside, I do not like this latch for the laptop, because over time it's only gonna get looser and looser until one day it doesn't hold. And the second negative in my book is the straps. They do not have ample cushioning, and you know, when you're taking a hike or walking about, you feel the strain on your shoulders. So if you have it filled like the way I have it filled. But other than that, I think this is an excellent product by PGY Tech. Now they do have the PGY Tech OneMo version 1 and the version 2. This is the light version. It's cheaper than both of them. It does take the good design cues from version 1 and improves on it. It does not have the smaller pouch that you see in the full-fledged version 1 and version 2, but I think for my case use, this is an excellent backpack and I like the compactness of it. So yeah, this was my review of the PGY Tech OneMo Lite. Let me know in the comments, what do you think of this backpack, and if you own it, what cons and pros do you consider for this backpack? Now, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please leave a like, share this video, and subscribe to the channel if you find this content useful. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Until then, take care, guys.